Hey everybody, I just wanted to do a follow-up about my cycle diet refeed, 2 weeks off my diet, and I want to talk about metabolic realities that nobody out there talks about that are consequential in terms of diet and refeed and weight loss and sustaining weight loss and things like that. So I tried to include this time. I took a Christmas time, 2 weeks totally off of diet, 1 week off of training and diet, and I showed you some of the daily indulgences: 2 liters of ice cream for breakfast, dozen donuts at a time, a whole pizza, all those things for a 2 week period to show people the level of refeed and the level of indulgence involved. And that was 2 weeks off, which is half a month, trying to eat a lot, indulge a lot, not just celebrate the season, but really get into the cycle diet nature of overfeeds and refeeds in order to optimize metabolism. Now, that's the thing. Everyone thinks about weight over the holiday season. Oh, I've gained weight. How am I going to take it off? How am I going to do this? Everyone automatically shifts back to that North American diet mentality madness that everything is about weight, and it's not. It's about metabolism. So here's a few realities about, after sustained refeed, going back on the cycle diet. A few things that I know from decades of experience of actually doing it that no one talks about. So, first thing, I go back on my regular diet, same portion sizes, same everything. I don't try to over diet to make up for all the eating or anything like that. I go back on to my normal diet, but I do experience what's called a metabolic shift, where going back on a diet, I will experience for the first week or so more tolerable, more intense tolerable hunger than I normally would if I hadn't went off the diet to begin with. This concerns metabolism, not weight, and not nutrition or anything like that. So because I ate differently for about 2 weeks, it changes intestinal motility, it changes digestive rates, it changes things like that. And going back on the diet, I experience a heightened level of tolerable hunger for about a week. But there's nothing new about that. There's nothing unusual about that if you understand metabolism. The good thing is, I know this is an important part of metabolic shift back into healthy eating, back into the cycle diet rotation of underfeeds with overfeeds, and that this more intense hunger is going to pass as my body adopts back into its regimen, its regular cycle. See, most people have no concept of metabolic shift, and they react rather than accept that the body has to go through a period where metabolism is adopting to a new way of eating. And that's true whether you're starting a regimen, a new weight loss regimen, or what. There's a period called metabolic shift where everyone is, oh, I'm so hungry, or I'm so this, oh, I'm so that. And they want to react to every single hunger or appetite cue that hits them as if it's abnormal. But metabolic shift, when you change a style of eating and diet strategy, is a very normal thing to go through. And because of my knowledge of metabolism, I accept that metabolic shift, and I see it actually as part of the genius of the body responding to a shift in eating once again. So along those lines, people have also asked me, oh, well, now will I skip my refeed? Will I skip my first refeed day to take off the weight because I've been eating for 2 weeks, etc., etc.? And the answer is no. Not at all, because the weight isn't the issue. Metabolism is the issue. From doing this for decades and decades and doing it regularly, I know that taking 2 weeks off the diet, it's not about the weight. So I go back to my regular refeed, 6 days on the cycle diet, 1 day of refeed again this coming weekend, fully knowing that the added weight from 2 weeks off, half a month off of and overeating deliberately in a refeed food fest has my metabolism revving. I don't have to concentrate on taking the weight off. The weight is going to come right back off, and it's going to come off without me trying. And yet, what does everyone else do? And what does the North American diet mentality tell everyone to do? Go out and try to take the weight off. Do this to take the weight off. Do that to take the weight off. Skip a cheat day to take the weight off. No, that's all thinking about weight. That's not thinking about metabolism. So going from an extended refeed, go back to your regular diet strategy without any changes, without cutting carbs and cutting calories and all the rest of the North American diet mentality madness, except there's going to be a metabolic shift, a metabolic period where your body's trying to adapt to the new way of eating, and you just accept that. You don't react to it by trying to outsmart your body. Let the body calm down. If it took 2 weeks of a refeed to get your body into a different metabolic frame, it might take a week to 2 weeks for your body to adapt back into your normal eating regimen pattern. And that's not going to happen if you keep making it about weight. It's about metabolism. So, lessons here. An extended refeed on the cycle diet, when you go back to your normal diet strategy, there's nothing extra for you to do. And the other thing is to accept that you might experience greater, more intense, tolerable hunger for the first several days, and that will pass as your body adapts back into your normal eating regime. You don't need to do anything about that. Don't react to it. Accept it as part of a metabolic adaptation. So that's called metabolic shift. So accept that there may be metabolic shift going on if you go from an extended refeed into back to your regular relative caloric deficit, healthy eating regimen. The body's just going to respond. I've been doing this 30 years, and it's never surprised me. So those are just some metabolic realities that nobody considers in the world of diet because they don't consider metabolism, and they don't consider these other things because they think it's all about weight, and it's all about calories, and it's all about compensating for this and compensating for that. Yes, you have a metabolic compensation system, but you also have a metabolic adaptation response. And metabolic shift is part of that when you go from one way of eating to another way of eating. The difference is I know this, and I know it deeply after 30 years. So I just sit back and allow it to happen and continually be enthralled by the brilliance and genius of my own body and biofeedback, whereas other people think every little element and tweak is something alien to their body and they better do something about it. So I thought I'd present that to you. All about metabolism, and the mistake people make is they say they understand that, and yet they make it right about weight again. So I just came off a half a month refeed, overfeed, deliberately trying to eat as much as I could from a food fest extravaganza. And when I came back, I just thought I'd share with you some of the things I already knew were going to happen. Metabolic shift, where hunger is deeper than it normally would be if I didn't go off my diet, and that will dissipate as the body adopts. And I don't need to do anything special like cut my portions to try to lose the weight faster, or skip a refeed day to try to lose the weight faster, because it's not about the weight. I already did all the right things in terms of metabolic support and optimization. So hopefully you will understand that and you'll get it. People who have read the Cycle Diet book or taken the Cycle Diet course at thecycle.diet, you're going to understand that, but I thought I'd present it to you in real time so you can see, again, no worries and no hurries, and a guilt-free existence surrounding eating healthily and eating regimen structured, and also regular well-timed refeeds of overindulgence. And remember, the Cycle Diet is eat like an adult on your diet days and eat like a carefree kid on your cheat days. So I thought I'd share those with you. Metabolic shift and an increase in tolerable hunger are a very normal adaptive response to going back to a healthy eating regimen after an indulgence. So some of you will get it, some of you will not, but these are the realities when you focus on metabolism. So stay tuned. I'll be back with more at another time.